Tēnā koutou e te iwi wānui nau mai oki mai ki te wā pārika reka. E te rau, i rau, ko tai te wā, ana ka tū mai rā ko te rā o Waitangi. Ioi anō rā o roto i tō tātou nei, e rohe o Taranaki kei raro i te tō tātou nei maunga tito hea, ka rere atu te kōrero ki Whaitara, ki Matapaepae Urwin Communications Manager, mō tēnei rā, ko te rā o Waitangi ki Whaitara, no reira, he te wahine a tāhua, tēnā koe.
Morena, o tino, tēnā tātou e te wānau.
Mihi kawana ki a koe Mata. Tēnā pia ka reo rua tāua. O roto i e nei āhuatanga o te wā, kia mōhio mai tātou katoa he aha ngā kaupapa kei mua i te aroaro o te kaupapa Waitangi Day ki Whaitara. Nō reira, welcome back. And of course, we are nearing to Waitangi Day, and that's on Monday of next week. And we've got the long weekend ahead of us and so much going on and some wonderful, wonderful kaupapa that's happening out at Whaitara, and has been since last year. I have to say that and take my hat off to the committee. The committee, those that run the Whaitara night markets, in collaboration with the kaupapa that's happening during the time. And of course, this time, it is Waitangi Day. Nō reira, Matapaepae, tēnā koe. Tell us a bit more about what's going on, what's happening.
Tēnā koe. Yeah, it's very exciting. Last year we didn't actually hold the event because of COVID, and the restrictions. Yeah, we've 2 years in planning, waiting for this day. So much is happening, but I think we, with the board that actually runs this, the Whaitara Night Markets and Waitangi Day are actually a group of community members. There's only 5 of them, who will remain anonymous because they like to be, but they're just community members who do this for their community. So they run, the Whaitara Night Markets as well as Waitangi Whaitara. So originally, the Whaitara Night Market started in 2017. Just a group of friends from the community who wanted to create a safe space for whānau that incorporated food. That's something that is all of us, that can combine all of us, can tui tātou katoa. And then that's how the Whaitara Night Markets were created pretty much. And they also incorporated activities for tamariki and entertainment. And from there, those friends changed along the way. Mahi came and other whānau jumped in. And then in 2019, Hiro Oranga, the Komiti Whakahaere, was born. And then from that, the next year, Waitangi Whaitara was formed. And just from then on, it's been a doozy. It's been a journey, and it's a beautiful kaupapa. Te rerekētanga o Waitangi Whaitara tuatu i tai atu is there's so many differences. I remember going to Waitangi Day events and thinking that I'm just going for a kai, go to buy a kai, watch some kapa or watch the entertainment, and then go home when it's a day off. But for Waitangi Whaitara, it's not so much an event, it's the commemoration. So understanding for us as Uri Māori, as well as New Zealanders me ki, what the treaty is actually, that partnership or that relationship that was meant to have formed that so long ago, and how relevant it is to us. So some of the different things that we have at our Waitangi commemorations is there's actually a community kōrero conversations tent. So we have rangatira a iwi a hapua marae come. Also, sometimes we have some experts in the te tiriti, and local councillors, the mayor. We have a unique group of rangatira who share their whakaaro with the community. So they sit in this marquee and they have their own wānanga, and then they go into breakout groups and talk about kaupapa, like what does Waitangi mean to them and what's their interpretation of te tiriti. But beautiful thing is we don't actually announce who's going to be kai kōrero of the day. You have to come and have a look. And because we try and entice our whānau to come and share their whakaaro, and especially, when we got council members who want to know how our whānau feel, want to know what they actually think, and think about sorts of things like that, So, and it can be serious. It's very hard case, I have to tell you. A lot of taiwahi actually go in there to be nosy, and they end up staying in there. Something else that we do that's unique is our kids zone is actually completely free. A lot of people, we understand our whānau don't have a lot of money, and the one thing that our rōpū has, we strive to do is, with all of our kaupapa, we tono. It's all sponsorship from amazing community groups who just believe in the kaupapa and what we're doing and why we do it. People like the Toy Foundation, TET, lotteries, heaps of local businesses. Te Korimako has been there since day dot as our promotions hub. We have a lot of whānau. Methanex, aha kohe iti, ka ki te kete, and then ka pua wai I te putea. All of our storeholders. If you come and you come and have a stall and you pay your fee, that money helps us pay for everything to make the kids zone free. We understand, we have multiple tamariki. You go to an event, the rides are $5 each. You got 4 tamariki, there's $20 gone. We understand. So we strive hard, we get our whānau to come in and, come and be volunteers to help. If we had to pay a professional, we're clocking up the hundreds, and we know we don't have that sort of money. So it is a really, the kaupapa is definitely born on aroha. That's not only Waitangi ki Whaitara, it's also the markets. All of our volunteers, none of them get paid, not even the board. At the end of the year, we always go out for one dinner together and thank everyone. But sorry, you don't get a present, but you get a kai. And then so we all, and our stores are mainly our community who are fundraising, or whānau who are like testing their products. We've had a few whānau who have come in, saw, Need Bakery was one that started at the Whaitara night markets. Now they've got lines up the street for them. They've got their own business now. It's also that space where whānau can see, am I going to be any good in this area? Arts and crafts, all of our local, like Tuiora, it's just a massive area where our whānau can be together in a safe space, and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Try not to stress too much, because we understand the stress of life, and listen to some amazing local talent. It's really
wonderful.
It's ki te waiua.
Ana. Ka kite atu i te ao kiko, engari kei roto rā te ao wairua tērā o roto i te ngākau. So, it's wonderful that you've brought up the fact that, and we must always remind ourselves that Waitangi is just not a day off. It's actually we got a holiday, and that's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. But we have to remind ourselves what Waitangi Day is all about, and reflect back on the past. Kia hoki wakamuri, kia haere wakamua. So, and that is part of what Waitangi Day is all about, and what people need to. If you've got something out there, if you've got something in your head that maybe you want to know about something about Waitangi, and you've just all of a sudden decided, well, now it's time for me to find out from a local side of things, then head to Whaitara. Head to Whaitara Day ki Whaitara ki. Oh, what am I saying? It's head to Waitangi Day ki Whaitara. At Otupaia. Now tell us, we Otupaia is Matapaepae, because it's gone back to its original name, has it?
Kua hoki a tiki tōna i Matuturu. That is Marine Park, also known as Marine Park. West Beach, But yes, just I think it was last year actually, I wakahokia te mana whenua I tōna ingoa ki runga I taua whenua, tamatou maringa nui. A taua rawa hoki te ingoa ne, otu
Yeah,
paia. I was
Whaitara.
like, oh, how beautiful. But yeah, he wāhi whakahirahira tēnā. E nui ngā pā ki e noho ana ki taua takiwā. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so i whiri whakaro e ngā hapu o te iwi nei, me te kaunihira kia whakahokia te ingoa Māori ki runga I taua whenua. So yeah, you know what, we do that as we do try and accentuate our ingoa Māori, but we
Yep,
understand if I wrote Otupaia, nobody would know where it is because it's
yep,
not commonly used. So again, a
yes.
common normalizing our reo and taking back our names. They were there before. So, it's just a little bit of learning for our whānau, but we haven't had no resistance. Everyone thinks it's absolutely beautiful. Um,
What you implant or what you put back in terms of names and especially town names, street names. When you implement that, you're probably looking at about 3 years down the line when people can actually grip that it's Otupaia, and
yeah,
that's how you pronounce it.
yeah. Pera ia whanganui, when they
Ana,
put the H
ana.
back
So
in.
it's a start.
Whaitara,
Yeah,
Whaitara.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, Whaitara as well. So that's a really interesting kōrero too, Thames. But you spoke about the none of you get paid for this. This is ngākau aroha at its best. At its
Well, we get
best.
paid
So
our wairua.
yes, koia tēnā. And but there's a lot of things happening around the maunga. We've got Paepae in the parks back again
Yeah.
after a long stint of COVID-19. Everybody's sort of starting to find their feet again, and so much happening at the time. But let's concentrate on Waitangi Day ki Whaitara. Now you've got some good lineups there.
Oh, you know what? In ka tika me mihi atu kia Paepae, ki Paepae in the park. That was the kaupapa of Waitangi for us here in Taranaki. I remember plenty of times going down to Pātea. I absolutely loved it, but yeah, sometimes Pātea isn't close from Waitangi. And we have ngā motu, and then we just thought, you know what, I timata te pakanga I konei. So yeah, me waka tū te kaupapa ki konei. And then we share though. Seal Estates were at Whaitara, our first Waitangi ki Whaitara, and trying to keep that hononga, te raki ki te mātonga, a kotahi noi ho te maanga. So we're sharing it's caring. But yeah, we have a kaupapa that, it's all about localizing everything. And that continues onto our entertainment stage. So in order to get on our stage, you have to have some sort of hononga to either Waitara, the iwi, a hapu, marae, or our maunga.
Kia
Also,
ora.
ka aroha. That is what it is. So yeah, this year we are blessed with my beautiful bro, Tamsin, who everybody knows, but she's home, been playing host on our entertainment stage. We also have the Groove Hut, that consists of very recognisable names in our uh, Waiata Puaro Meki, that's Kazi Shelton Healy, Shay O'Carroll, and Aaron Davey, also known as Doughboy. Then we have Unity Wara, and our beautiful sister Puna Wano. Brian is bringing her new kaupapa, Kani Fit, to the stage. So if you don't know what it is, it's not. So Puna is very synonymous for Zumba. Kani Fit is similar, but way more sexier. So Mickey. Very cool. Very cool. So whānau, we made sure that the sis was before lunch. But I'm looking forward to that. And then we got Waiata Healy, emerging artist who's been around for a long time. And then this young man, Kurua Carroll. If you go to Americana, this boy is amazing. He made his Neki debut when Te Korimako hosted the Koi Boys picnic at the park at Orwai, and they called out to the crowd, and this kid got up there. I think he was all of 14, and he sung, oh, what's that song? Baby, look the door into the lights. That song. And
Yeah.
oh my gosh, this boy's baritone was, whoa. The Koi boys are like, hey, get out of here, stealing our show. But this kid's amazing. And then we've got the beautiful Ngāni Koiri Wata taking the stage again. And also Te Ahi Kātoro. So that is Brother Tonga, Karena, Henenui, One O'Brien, and also Orsigna. So very excited to hear them get back up on stage. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And then we actually have three DJs for the day, all local. DJ Havoc, who's also known as Zane David Ritai. DJ Roxy Tamaka, she's one of your whanaunga, ngā rua e ne. And DJ Doughboy, which is Big Aaron. Yeah, and then we actually have a special performance from House of Shem this year. And a lot of people are like, oh, what's House of Shem's relevance? And I said, well, actually, their papa used to live here. And he actually helped build Kotama Wahine. And thinking of the first time we've ever been able to get a big headlining act, we really thought about who we would get. And with the renovations of Kotama Wahine nearly at completion, we thought actually it would be beautiful to have them here and take them up to show them the new wharekai before they go home. So they're actually at summer frequencies over in Gisborne on the 4th. They shoot over here on the 5th, perform on the 6th, and then got to go home back to, what they were meant to be on tour with UB40 in Australia at the moment. Unfortunately, due to circumstances, they actually are still in Aotearoa. So, quick message, tēnā koutou te whananga, i te whānau, and then we've been super lucky to have House of Shem come, but, it's more so they coming for their dad, and, kawea tōna wairua tonu, ki Whaitara, what's not pretty much. So, yeah, it's pretty exciting. And then we have our local, our beautiful whānau, our kapa, who will be going to take that te matatini stage very shortly. Pura o te taihawauru. So they're going to be they're going to be there for the day, and they're going to be wrapping up for us. And so, yeah, very, very excited.
Kia ora. Kia ora. Nō reira, tēnā pēr ko tai tātou ki te pito wakamutunga o tō tātou nei kōrero. Māramatanga o ngā kaupapa katu ki runga i te rā o Waitangi ki Whaitara. Nō reira, e te rau e te rau mēnā ka wātea kūtau mō taua rā, haere ki Whaitara, ki Waitangi Day. Nō reira, me te maha anō mihi kawana ki ngā kaupapa uri no tō tātou nei maunga mō tauara anō o kira. Ioi anō rā, ka waiho te wā ki a koe, Mata, can you just tell us when this is going to be happening? And ngā mihi ki a koe, Mata, nō runga i te whakaaro nui o tō tātou nei wanaunga kua mate atu ki te pō. Ioi anō rā, anei te wā, mau, hei wakakapi ake tō tātou nei hōtaka, tēnā koe.
Ngā mihi an. O te noi te whānau, ai ka tikara ka mihi atu ki te mate o te wā, ki te tungane o Bobby Lee, kuia tete i o ngā mema i runga i te puari, i whakahaere tēnei kaupapa, rātou mā, ko mene atu ki te pō, haere whakangaro atu rā. Huri no kia tatu ngā waihotanga o rātou mā, tēnā tātou. O te pai Waitangi ki Whaitara, February the 6th, mai te kau ata mai, tai atu ki te rua ahi mai, kawa e ware he rā mo te whānau katoa tēnei, kore kawa e haria mai ngā te waipiro, te tarukino, te momi paepa me te vape hooky, whānau. It is very much our whānau, it's a day for our whānau, so it is drug-free, alcohol-free, smoke-free, vape-free, but it's going to be an amazing day, and we hope to get to see you. Kawe ware, te kiripane, pōtaima, era momo mea, haria mai here too, bring you a chair if you want, we do have some there, but ia katika ka mihi atu ki a koutou te whānau o te korimako, moke tonu ana, ki taku whānau e anō, I'm just down the road, e katika me mihi atu ki te whānau o te atia wei tautoko kaha mai ki tēnei kaupapa hoki. No reira, tērā tātou te whānau.
Ai, me hiki a koutou katoa, tēnā koutou, pai marire.